Hello guys, welcome to the channel. It's Scotty again, and today we're going to be talking about crampons and how to fit them to a boot. What's up guys, thanks for tuning in. My name's Scotty, I'm 31, I'm from the UK. I'm a hiker, climber, mountaineer, gear expert, outdoors enthusiast. So today we're going to be fitting the semi-automatic grivel crampons to a compatible boot. These crampons are a good starting point. Crampons seem to be a similar price these days. These are about £140. I'm not sure what that is in dollars. I'll probably just put it on the screen. These are the AirTech Pneumatic Evo semi-automatic crampons. I've already got them out of the box, so we don't need that. They are in my harness bag because I find it more lightweight than my crampon bag. And they're together, so don't worry, there's no risk of me spiking myself when I fall. Which is one of the top tips from this video, is make sure that you store your crampons correctly. Once you manage to get the crampons out of the bag, you'll find that the crampons have a little lug on the back, which is to fit into the attachment point with, this is called a lanyard through. It's nice and branded, nice and clean. This will go to the back, and then in here you have a plate that comes through here, and the plate is numbered. These are your shoe sizes or boot sizes. You just simply lift this little plate up, like so, unpin the pin that's in there, adjust it to the right size. So, you know, if you're an 11, like me, you put the 11 in there. And then the crampon is set to your boot size. So firstly, we're gonna get the left-hand side crampon, and we're just gonna take our left boot, see if it needs adjusting or not. Put the toe in, just to make sure that it'll go around the toe, which it does. And then if the plate is pulled back, you can see that this is a whole lot easier when they're on your foot, by the way. You can see that the boot doesn't quite fit in the back. So we're gonna have to do some adjustments here. So I figured that my boot, which is an 11, doesn't quite fit as I would want it to in the 11 adjustment on the crampon. So the crampon's at a 12 now, which is fine as long as you know how to adjust it. So firstly, we're going to put our toe in and make sure that the toe part comes right over the toe like this. And you want it to be right over, like right, completely covering it. You don't want it to be like this. You don't want it to be on the edge. You don't want it to be kind of like off. You want it to be the toe to be completely in the toe section of the crampon, and the crampon strap, the toe strap, to be right over the front of that, like that, straight over, as far as you can get it in there, yeah? Because the last thing you want is this to be coming off. Now that the toe's in there, we're going to move to the back, and we're just going to try and scoot our heel in the plate. Now, right, so our toe is in nicely, and I'm happy with the fitment of the toe on there because it comes all the way over the boot. And the heel is in, but only slightly. So if you look on here, you can see the toe is fully in. That's good. And the heel is just to say sitting out a bit on the back here. It's not quite in there. And that's what this is for. This is just a semi-automatic attachment point where what you do is you just lift this up into the connector lug, and when it goes in there, you lift it up and keep your fingers clear because you don't want to trap them, and it'll go clunk. Now you don't want it to click, you don't want it to go or something along those lines. You want it to do the noise it just made, like a bam, straight in there, like it's in, yeah? So it's in now, right? And it's real tight, yeah? It's really tight. There's no way I'm pulling that out, and I haven't even done the strap up, okay? That's how tight you need these to be, because the last thing you want is these coming off while you're climbing. That is as tight as it's gonna get. That's exactly what I want from this. That's gonna keep me safe. It's not coming off my boot, and it's quite flush with the boot as well. Just the slightest of adjustments has helped there, guys. So it went from an 11 to a 12 on the bottom plate, and it fits the boot perfect. Right guys, onto the lanyard. Firstly, you want to pull a nice length through on whichever side doesn't have the tabs. and then you want to run it to the front of the boot so that you can put it through the toe. And best practice is keeping it flush with the boot, okay? So you want this to be nice and flush, yeah? No twists, no kinks, nothing like that. And then you want to bring it straight back across the boot, okay? So you want that, again, nice and flush with the boot. Then at the back, I'll turn this so you can see, you want to push this through both of the loops, so through 2 and pull, and then you'll have something like this. This isn't tight and isn't keeping anything in place yet. And now you've got 2 loops. You've got the black one and the silver one, and what you want to do is just go back over the black, avoid going through the black, and go back through the silver one, just so that you're going back through one of them. And now you can see that it's going through like that, right? And then you want to pull that tight as best you can. So now the crampon is absolutely not coming off that boot at all. That is, it's on by the lugs, it's on by the attachment point, it's on by the lanyard, that is on there. That is not coming off at all. That's solid as a rock. So there is a little bit of tidying up to be done here. A lot of people will tidy this up as best they can, but just be careful, because you can cut this if you would like. You can cut this with a pair of scissors to here maybe, and then you can just melt this end with a lighter or anything like that to stop it fraying, and that can be it. You can have it tidied all the way away like this, but then you're not going to have that length, so it's up to you. I'm going to leave that choice to you. It's not necessarily unsafe, it's not necessarily bad practice. It's just a personal preference. If you want to tidy this up, like dragging it round and passing it through and tying it up, you can tidy your kit however you want. Just don't cut it so that you haven't got enough length, because then you'll be out to the shop buying more lanyards. Okay, so you've been for a walk with your crampons on. They're all snowy and they didn't come off because you fitted them correctly. How do you take them off? Okay, so taking them off is real easy. It's actually easier than putting them on. So you just get this out of the way, this little black tab, just pull it to the back of the boot, and as you can see, it's already pulling the cord free. You just pass that little tiny bit through, and the lanyard is now undone. We're just going to adjust the toe so that my front of my boot is out of there. I'm going to pull the lanyard completely free, and now move to the back of the boot where the lug is still connected, just here, and we're going to unclip that, just like that. It was nice and tight. And now that the toe's out and the boot is out, the boot will just come free as if it was never in there after all. Great, so now we've learned how to put them on our boots. Perfect. Now we need to know how to put them away. This is a harness bag, not a crampon bag. It is up to you what you keep your crampons in. You can buy a crampon bag if you'd like. I prefer to keep them in my harness bag because it's lightweight and breathable, so if there's any water in there, moisture, it all dries out. So firstly, what you're going to want to do is make them short, not by adjusting them because they're already set. You don't need to unset them, just push them down, all the way down, as short as they'll be. And then you just want to bring everything in, wrap them up, get rid of it all, keep it away from the spikes, obviously. Now, same on this side, wrap them up. And then when you put them away, you want them to be together, like so, but you don't want them to look like this because all the points are not covered. You want them toe to heel, so back to front, upside down, like so. And then all the points are then covered. The front ones are not sticking out, the bottom ones are not sticking out, and then this prevents you getting stabbed if you fall over. And you can put them in a bag nice and safely. Zip them up. Now, your crampons are in there, yeah? That's not stabbing me. That's not hurting me. That's not going to hurt if I fall, okay? I'm going to land on that if I fall, and that's not going to hurt me. You don't want any of the spikes showing, and you don't want them to be piecing through any of your kit because that would suck. That's it, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you have some good adventures coming up. I hope you've got some good things planned in the calendar. And I hope you can make use of this video whether you're a beginner or you just bought some new crampons, a new system possibly, maybe even the same crampons that I've got and you're just wondering how to fit them. I hope you can make use of this knowledge correctly, and I hope you stay safe on the mountains. Peace out.